In the heart of ancient Egyptian civilization, a sacred text promised the deceased the key to overcoming the dangers of the underworld and achieving eternal life. This text, known as the Book of the Dead, was much more than just a collection of spells and incantations. It was a spiritual guide for the most important journey of existence, the journey to the afterlife. But what secrets does this ancient manuscript hold? How was it actually used? And what does it reveal about the beliefs of one of history's most fascinating civilizations? If you want to uncover more about the mysteries of ancient Egypt, its funerary practices, and how the Book of the Dead shaped their understanding of life after death, make sure to stay with us until the end. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to receive notifications about our upcoming videos filled with history and mystery. It all begins over 3,000 years ago, during the period of the New Kingdom of Egypt. At that time, the religious and spiritual beliefs of the Egyptians were deeply intertwined with their daily lives. They firmly believed in life after death, a life that would be as real and tangible as earthly existence. To ensure the safe passage of the soul to the afterlife, the ancient priests and scribes created what we know today as the Book of the Dead. The Book of the Dead is not really a book in the modern sense of the word. It is more of a series of texts compiled over several centuries, with different chapters, also called spells, written on papyrus and placed in the tombs of the deceased. These texts evolved from the pyramid texts of the Old Kingdom and the coffin texts of the Middle Kingdom, becoming an essential tool for the soul's transition. For the ancient Egyptians, death was not the end, but a step toward a different and eternal existence. However, the journey through the Duat, the Egyptian underworld, was not an easy one. Imagine the soul of the deceased awakening in an unfamiliar landscape, surrounded by rivers of fire, giant serpents, and demonic beings. This was just the beginning of the journey, and every step was filled with trials that could only be overcome with the knowledge and spells of the Book of the Dead. One of the most famous spells in the book, Spell 125, describes the weighing of the heart, a judgment before the god Osiris. The deceased's heart was placed on a scale and weighed against the feather of Mot, the goddess of truth and justice. If the heart was lighter than the feather, the soul was deemed pure and allowed to enter the field of reeds, the Egyptian paradise. But if it was heavier, it would be devoured by Ammon, the devourer of souls. Before to continue, let's do our today's trivia. What is the purpose of the most famous spell in the Book of the Dead, Spell 125? A. To help the deceased communicate with loved ones. B. To protect the soul from demons in the underworld. C. To safely cross the river of fire. D. To pass the judgment of the weighing of the heart. Stay with us until the end to find out the answer. The Book of the Dead contains over 200 spells, each designed to help the deceased face and overcome different challenges in the underworld. Some of these spells offered protection against dangerous creatures like snakes and crocodiles, while others ensured that the soul would have access to food and drink. Imagine the deceased reading spell 17, which grants the soul the power to transform into any creature needed to overcome obstacles in the Duat. Or Spell 148, a prayer to open the gates of heaven and allow the deceased to ascend as a glorified spirit. Each spell is like a key, a secret code to unlock the mysteries of the afterlife. Not all books were the same. Each was customized according to the deceased's social status, personal beliefs, and wealth. Nobles and pharaohs commissioned extensive copies richly decorated with images and golden texts. Commoners sometimes shared shorter or simplified versions. Some included additional spells for rebirth, such as Spell 30B, which protected the heart of the deceased from false confessions in the final judgment. Now, our trivia answer. The answer to our today's trivia is the option D, to pass the judgment of the weighing of the heart. Now let's continue with our journey. The priests were responsible for preparing the body of the deceased and reciting the spells in elaborate ceremonies. Imagine the Egyptian priests in the temple, dressed in white robes, chanting and burning incense as they placed the book beside the deceased. Every spell was pronounced with the utmost precision, for they believed any mistake could condemn the soul forever. Funeral rites were accompanied by dances and music, with grieving family members ensuring that the soul of their loved one had everything necessary for the journey. This meticulous focus on funerary rituals shows how much the Egyptians valued preparation for the afterlife. The Book of the Dead also contained spells to ensure that the K, vital force, and the Ba, personality of the deceased, remained united, allowing resurrection. Without this union, the deceased could not achieve eternity. Spell 89, for example, helped the Ba find its way back to the body, ensuring resurrection and eternal life. Over time, the Book of the Dead influenced other religious and funerary texts. The Greeks and Romans adopted some Egyptian ideas about judgment after death, and similar concepts appear in the Abrahamic religions. Its legacy endures, reminding us of the importance of preparation for the unknown. Today, the Book of the Dead continues to fascinate archaeologists, historians, and mystery lovers. It has been referenced in movies, books, and video games. Its presence in popular culture underscores our ongoing fascination with the afterlife and the unknown, reminding us that death is not the end, but a new beginning. The Book of the Dead is more than an ancient funerary text. It is a window into the worldview of a civilization that firmly believed in the continuity of life. Through its pages, we see a deep desire to ensure that the journey to eternity is safe and successful. Although written thousands of years ago, its message still resonates. We all face our own journey to the afterlife, and we all need our own guide. Remember, always question everything. Are you fascinated by the mysteries of ancient Egypt? Are you intrigued by the idea of a book that guides the soul beyond death? Leave us your comments and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more explorations of the great enigmas of history. Hit the bell icon to get notified about our next videos.